Hello and welcome to the San Diego Unified Office Skills Training video series, Tips and Tricks. In today's video, we're going to be working in Microsoft Word using a wonderful feature called AutoCorrect. And in fact, we're going to teach you how to supercharge AutoCorrect to save yourself all kinds of time typing out very long words or strings of words like San Diego Unified School District, for example. And so for our document we're going to use today for practice, I'm going to go down here to my beginners Microsoft Word folder, and I'm going to open up our formatting and editing Word document. This is a document that we use in our beginning Microsoft Word class, where it's about 8 pages or so of basically repeating sentences made into smaller paragraphs and a little bit larger paragraphs and even larger paragraphs still, where we can practice and use all of the features of Microsoft Word in our lessons. And so today we're going to talk about AutoCorrect, and to get there, all we have to do is simply go up here to the File tab and click on it. It takes us to the Backstage view. And at the very bottom, you can see where it says Options. We click on that. And this is the Word Options window pane or dialog box that allows you to control a lot of things that happen in your Microsoft Word software program. And so just know that if you were in Excel, it would look very similar to this, and you have a lot of the same features. So keep that in mind. What you learn in one program is going to help you with the other Microsoft Office programs as well. And so if we were learning today how to customize the ribbon or the quick access toolbar like we have in some of our other training tips and tricks videos, this is actually where you would do it. But for our purposes today, we're going to be dealing with AutoCorrect, and it's in fact in the proofing section here. So I'm going to click on that, and it's a good idea, like I said, to take a minute and just kind of look around and see what's on these different pages. Because if you ever wondered why sometimes you spell something incorrectly that's all in all uppercase, and for some reason spell check doesn't check it out, right there. If that box is checked, then it's going to ignore when correcting spelling of all the words in uppercase. If you don't want it to do that, simply deselect it. So it's a good idea to kind of look around and see what some of the choices are that are selected by default in Microsoft Word. But for our purposes, in the Word Options dialog box in the Proofing tab, we're going to go straight over here to AutoCorrect Options. All right, so in here we see in the AutoCorrect tab, we see some of the AutoCorrect things that happen here. Because this box is checked, have you ever noticed sometimes you're trying to hit the Shift key and you're typing quickly, you type 2 capital letters in a row and it automatically corrects? It's simply because that box right there is checked. So that's wonderful. There's just a number of different things that it will do for you. For example, if we look down here, if you ever want to figure out how to make a copyright symbol, such as this one here, all you have to do is open parenthesis, the letter C, close parenthesis, hit enter, and you get copyright. And how about this one here? I believe that's for euro. You just put the E between the parentheses and hit enter, and it's going to make that. And then, of course, registered, it's kind of hard to see on this screen, but it's basically an R with a circle around it. To do that, you just do open parenthesis, R, close parenthesis, hit the enter key, and boom, there you go. And this one in the superscript, the little TM there for trademark, the same thing, open parenthesis, TM, close parenthesis, and you get that. And so if I scroll down here, I can see a whole bunch of different things that are working for us. So for example, if you're typing quickly and you accidentally hit 2 B's when you're typing out the word about and it autocorrects as you're typing, it's because it's part of these lists in here. And so you can spend some time and kind of scroll down and see all of the ways. There's a good one right there. How about accommodate? Sometimes we forget to put the extra C in it. It automatically corrects it for you. So we can use the power of AutoCorrect to save ourselves all kinds of time. So let's try this. I'm going to just type in SDUSD, for example, and you can see that it comes up San Diego Unified. I have already put that inside my Microsoft Word AutoCorrect. So anytime I want to just type out SDUSD and hit enter, it automatically comes up that way. But what if we are writing down other long things that take a long time? For example, different schools. There's one that's one of my favorites that I see a lot is the Linda Vista Elementary State Preschool. And so if I want to, I could use AutoCorrect to actually type all of that out. And so I'm just going to type out LVESP, which is short for Linda Vista Elementary State Preschool. And then I'm going to come over here and then I'm going to type it out for real. And I'll say Linda Vista Elementary State. Boy, that's a long one, isn't it? State Preschool. And so you get the idea of how this is going to work. So now I just make sure it's spelled correct because I'm going to set it up permanently in AutoCorrect here. So I've got LVESP, all lowercase, will produce this right here. And I just simply say add. All right, that was pretty cool. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. Let's try another one here. So how about Carson Elementary School? There's another one. So I simply type in CAR, and then I'm going to end up with this. Carson Elementary. There we go. If I want to put school there, why not? All right. So then I could just add that one. How about the one that I went to, which was Sequoia? And so I'm going to make that go back there, and I'm going to type in Sequoia. And I can do this in any order that I want. Obviously, I've got to change this to something like SEQ or whatever, but it doesn't add it until I click add. So however I want to do it. So SEQ is going to be Sequoia Elementary School. So there we go. It's now been added to our list. And let's see, how about another one? I started out in kindergarten at Sequoia, but then I went to Lafayette. And so let's see, how about LAF? And I'm just going to come over here and wipe out Sequoia and type in LAFA. Let's see if I can remember how to spell it. It's been a lot of years. Lafayette Elementary School. There we go. So you get the idea. Whatever you can think of, something that you're typing all the time. And again, this works in Excel, so you can actually do this same whole thing in Excel. And we actually have a video for that if you want to watch it. But anything you find yourself spelling out that just takes up a whole bunch of room and it's just awkward to type it out because maybe you don't do it all the time, but when you do, you've got to type it out and it takes 20 seconds or whatever to do. You want to save yourself some time. Just come up with a clever acronym or just a couple of letters that will represent that and simply add it to your AutoCorrect, and boom, you've just supercharged your AutoCorrect. So now that I've put those in there, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to go to our practice document here. How about we go down a little bit? I'm going to hit the enter key somewhere and say, how about we write out a sentence now? I work for the, and then I'm going to do SDUSD school district. Oh, and as soon as I hit enter, look what happened. I didn't even hit enter. I just hit the space bar. So that's pretty cool. So I work for the San Diego Unified School District, and I was going to say in San Diego, but that's a little redundant. So not a very good sentence. Come on, Mr. J, you can do better than that. Let's see, I know people, oh boy, who work at, and then how about we say Lafayette? And so I just say Lafayette, and then I do a period, and boom, it automatically spells that out. And how about this? Do you know where, and I would just say SEQ is. There we go. And I'll just put the question mark, boom. And it just did it all the way. Then I go down and just for fun, I'll just say CAR and then hit enter, and it's going to do Carson Elementary. And I think that was about all of them. So you get the idea that you can very quickly have long strings of different words put together. Microsoft Word doesn't know that San Diego Unified School District is a school district or that it has anything to do with schools. It doesn't really care. It just notices that they're strings of letters, and the same in Excel. It's just looking at it in that way. So you can come up with acronyms for all kinds of stuff and save yourself a whole bunch of grief by just typing out a couple of letters. And then when you hit a period or enter or start to write the next word or hit the space bar or whatever it is, it auto corrects and gives you the entire the entire phrase or whatever you want to call that. So I'm hopeful that that helps, and just think of different ways that you can use AutoCorrect to supercharge AutoCorrect by going in and adding your little acronyms to make things better. So again, how did we get there? All we had to do is go to the Backstage view by clicking on File, go down to the Options button. When the Word Options dialog box opens up, going down to Proofing, and then clicking on AutoCorrect. And if you want to go find whatever you were looking at, I can just type it in. This is kind of cool. I just do LAF. It's going to take me straight to there. And if I want to get rid of it, I can delete it out of there. I'm not using that one anymore. That's pretty cool. And let's see if I want to go find another one. How about CAR? And there's the one that's highlighted, so I can delete that one if I want. So you have complete control over this on how you're going to do it. And you can just add or take them out anytime you want to, piece of cake. And when you're done adding or taking them out, just click OK, and you're done. So I'm hopeful that that was very helpful to learn about how you can use AutoCorrect to supercharge your writing and your word processing. And thank you so much for coming to learn with us today. Don't forget to tell your coworkers about these training videos that we have, and also our training classes. So we learn all about how to use Microsoft Word in the beginning, intermediate, and advanced Microsoft Word classes. And don't forget, we also have Excel classes. In addition to that, we also have 6 different rather Google Office Apps classes. Those are all part of the Office Skills Training Program, which I'm in charge of. And if you want to sign up for more classes, you can simply go to the staff portal, to the IT department, click on the IT training calendar link, and not only find all of my classes for an entire quarter spread out on the calendar, you can also find my co-trainers in PeopleSoft and PowerSchool. They have links to all of their classes there as well. So don't forget to tell your coworkers about this, spread the word. Thank you so much for coming to learn with us today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.